Hey, what's up, guys? My processing speeds are a little bit slow today for some reason, but that's okay. That's okay. As long as you guys can comprehend what I'm trying to convey to you guys about this company here, and it's also a very popular company. So. All right. Okay. Welcome, guys. Hello, hello. Oh, what's up, guys? Hello. Good to see everyone in here. Thank you guys for the emojis. I see it there. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about ticker symbol NVTS or Navitas Semiconductor Corporation. I think I'm saying it correctly. And I kind of want to give you guys, first of all, the technical analysis, but then I'm going to go a little deeper into the fundamental analysis as well on this company, which I usually don't do that type of analysis. But I found it very interesting about what this company actually does and how they can become more relevant as the AI build-out continues into the next decade, okay, or at least into the end of this decade, okay. So as you guys see on the title of the stream, right, I currently renamed it to NVTS Pick and Shovels AI Semi, okay, and there's a reason why that I renamed that, all right, and I'll give you guys kind of the breakdown as to how this company could potentially be hitting, you know, around the 30s, right? $30 per share, or even above, right? 35. Okay. So first of all, this company is basically focused on developing and making the next generation of AI chips. That's exactly what they're doing, right? And you might be saying, okay, well, isn't that a little bit too early, right? Because obviously we have a lot of different semiconductor companies that are currently making the AI chips that we need now, right? That are currently in need, right? Like NVIDIA, Broadcom, Qualcomm, Taiwan Semiconductors, etc., right? Intel, and that's true, right? And if that's what you're thinking, well, this company is not profitable right now. Okay, and that makes sense, right? So they are building these next gen chips that will be ready, well, not ready, but they will be probably mass produced in the next couple of years, maybe into the next decade, right? Because if you guys didn't know, right now the current bottleneck with AI, the AI build out is energy. Okay, energy is becoming a very tradable asset. All right, and the next phase or the next bottleneck that that this current AI build out could have potentially is the actual technology that is running the overall entire, I guess I should say the entire AI infrastructure, right? And that is the semiconductors, right? The semiconductor chips. So NVTS is essentially trying to become a very early leader in providing the next generation semiconductor AI chips. And they're doing this by creating chips that are called gallium nitride and silicon carbide chips, right? So these are two different materials that are being used to create their next-gen chips that cuts energy losses by up to like 35 to 40%, all right, compared to the chips that are currently made using silicon, right? And when AI chips have less power to run them, right? The overall AI infrastructure can also use less energy, which means that the AI infrastructure will also have less heat coming off of it, and they can stay cooler for longer periods of time. And so this makes the overall AI build-out cheaper and faster as well, right? So NVTS is essentially trying to, again, build these next-generation chips using gallium nitride and silicon, I believe silicon carbide. Yeah. So I think the acronyms are GAN and SIC. Okay, those are their chemistry names. Okay, the basic nomenclature names. So gallium nitride and silicon carbide. Okay, and so again, this company is not profitable. Just making sure that's out there. And it makes sense, right? They're making these chips that aren't really ready for the current AI build-out that's happening right now, right? But if this new wave of new tech is needed for the next bigger AI build-out, right? Maybe for a potential application of AI like robotics, right? Maybe NVTS can actually start pushing these type of next-gen chips into robots, right? They can be a huge supplier of these chips that use less power, right? So again, it's all about the actual application, right? So NVTS is really in its early stages of this next-gen technology for AI chips, but there has been a lot of good studies done on their chips, and it seems like maybe in the next couple of years, as this overall AI build-up becomes exponential, the quickness of this build-out of AI build-out becomes exponential or exponentially quicker, NVTS can potentially become a major pick and shovels AI semiconductor company. Okay, so what's also interesting, right, is that NVIDIA literally laid out the foundation and the path of where this overall AI revolution is going to take us, right? And they also said that, Jensen Huang, right, the CEO of NVIDIA, has currently stated and has been known to state that technology will continue to grow faster and evolve faster and faster and faster every single year. So that already validates what NVTS is trying to do, right? And obviously, again, NVIDIA, the most valued company in the world, right? The biggest valued company in the world, rather. And if they're saying that about their own tech, right, their own semiconductors, their own chips, right, NVTS could have a potential here for the near-term future and the long-term future, right? Now, numbers-wise, they just had their earnings report and it was pretty good, right? They saw a pretty large increase in revenue. It was about 19% in revenue growth, right? And their gross margin percentage was around almost 40%, I believe, right? And this company itself is still trying to push into the overall AI infrastructure build out as well. And obviously the competition is very, very heavy. But right now, right, I don't think a lot of companies that are building these hyperscalers are looking to use this crazy next-gen AI chips, which is the reason why NVTS is still kind of in the back burner, right? And it hasn't yet appeared in the front like every other major semiconductor company that is actively being involved in the overall AI infrastructure build-out. Okay, but overall, the latest earnings report was great, right? I mean, I can show you guys right here is a nice double beat, okay? And it seems like they're getting closer and closer to that break-even point where they can actually say, hey, you know, we are now officially a profitable company. Is all this making sense right now, right? So NVTS is one of those companies that really are, it could be a very high conviction play, but at the same time, it is also highly risky. It's a very high risk play, right? So again, do your own research here. I'm just giving you guys the what I personally know, but again, NVTS is very interesting to see how they're structuring themselves as an overall next-gen AI semiconductor company and how they're looking to be involved in the overall AI infrastructure build-out. Okay, now it seems like this company is still in line with their overall guidance and outlook for their revenue and earnings, right? Because I believe they also have a sizable backlog of orders, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I've seen that for a different company, but I'm pretty sure they do. What semiconductor company doesn't have a backlog at this point of orders, right? So, hey, what's up, guys? Hello. For those of you guys who are just joining in, try to listen into what I've said in the last like 5 minutes, or at least the last. Let me kind of give you guys the exact time frame. Yeah, around the last 6 to 7 minutes before you guys jump back into the current live stream. Okay, but anyways, oh, and make sure you guys hit that like button down below as well. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, so. Again, they're looking to continue to ramp up sales and overall revenue as we head into the end of this fiscal year and into next fiscal year as well. And it seems like this company is executing very well because they're still staying in line with the overall guidance and outlook. And it just makes sense, right? Because with the overall AI infrastructure build out currently occurring now, it makes sense that the tech that is needed to build these, well, just to build out the overall AI infrastructure continues to evolve. NVTS will also continue to evolve because they already have, right, the quote-unquote next-gen AI chips that will use less power. And that's a very important thing because just like I've stated a couple of minutes ago, energy is the main bottleneck of the overall AI infrastructure build-out, right? It's the main topic at hand, the main issue at hand. So NVTS is in a very, very interesting position right now as they are continuously pushing these next-gen chips that are purportedly, right, cutting up energy by like, again, 35 to 40%. Okay, so compared to the chips that we have now, right? So again, this is something I think this company is going to continue to work on for the next couple of years, most likely into the end of this decade. And NVTS will most likely become, if everything pans out, right? If the management is able to fully execute their plans, right, into next year. There's a good chance that NVTS could be a major pick and shovels AI semiconductor company by the 2030s. All right. Now, this technology, this next gen AI chip, right? Listen to this. Okay. They are a very unique type of chip, right? So it just the fact that these GAN or SiC chips, right? Again, what does that mean? Okay, it means gallium nitride, GAN, right? GAN, and silicon carbide, SiC. Okay, GAN is sick. How about that? I'll say it like that for the rest of tonight. Okay, so these chips are very unique, right? What this company is doing is very unique, and in one single chip, right? It just has an unprecedented level of power, right? Power density and just overall efficiency that, excuse me guys, efficiency that current AI hyperscalers need, right? So I think in that sense alone, right, in that perspective alone, and the fact that these chips are unique in that perspective, it provides a lot of long-term perspectives on what this company could be doing, right? Now, I really like the fact that this company is really trying to break into newer markets and international markets, right? I believe they've just gotten their GaN, right, gallium nitride chip, into India's market, into India's semiconductor market, which is going to be huge, right? India's overall economy and market are expected to continue to explode higher, along with a lot of South African and overall African countries, and even Latin American countries as well in the next few decades, right? So NVTS is really just trying to figure out ways to not only just focus on the first world countries, quote unquote, and focus on these markets that haven't been tapped into just yet, especially as a company that is focusing on the next generation of AI chips, right? So right now, I believe NVTS as well, their overall balance sheet doesn't look that bad, right? So let's go over to my infamous and very likable platform, Koifin. Okay, I've shown you guys this multiple times. It's gonna load. Hopefully it loads. Sometimes it doesn't want to load for some reason. I don't know if this company is doing some sort of updates or anything, but sometimes they don't work. Nothing comes up, and I'm just stuck on that loading screen. But thankfully, it's working now. Okay, so you guys see it here, right? So things are improving, right? We've been seeing consistent, solid improvement for the last couple of quarters and the last couple of years, right? And what I really like about this company, again, the reason why I have these different metrics is that, well, it gives me a quick snapshot, right, about how this company, what this company is doing, right, and how they've been performing. So, there you go. Like I said earlier, right, I said I remember that the gross profit margins were around 35 to 40%, and well, it's around exactly 37.65%, and it seems like they've been able to keep this stable. Now, what's really interesting to me is that this company, even if they're not profitable, right? I mean, look at their free cash flow as well. It's in the negatives. It has been staying in the negatives. Their total debt has been continued to be brought down, right? Just last year, right? It was sitting at 7.32 million, and now it's at 6.34 million. Yes, I know this is not that much debt, right? But then again, right? Let me show you guys the market cap value of this company. USAR. There we go. Okay, so the market cap is just 4.5 billion, right? This is just a mid-cap company, and just a couple of weeks ago, I believe it was still literally classified as a small cap company. So overall, right, this total debt reduction is still pretty good, right? I mean, just look at the overall trend. Look at the bigger picture trend here. And again, as I've stated multiple times in the past, when I see a company reducing their total debt, that's how I know that the overall management and just the C-suite executives, right? They are doing something that is aligning with their long-term goals and plans, right? They want to make sure that the company is able to stay afloat in the future while they're able to focus more on earnings, right? Sales and overall revenue, and building more cash on hand and overall cash runway, right? So this overall move by this company to be able to continue to reduce their debt while also continue to increase their overall assets, right? So liabilities go down and assets go up, right? This overall ratio here as well too is absolutely amazing, right? And in the last 2 quarters, including the most recent quarter, they've been able to sustain a nice cushion here of cash and short-term investments of $221. So to me, again, this is how I know that the company's goals are in line with what they've stated in their multiple earnings reports that they've shown to the public the last few quarters, right? So again, things are looking pretty solid, right? Yes, this is still unprofitable, right? This company, but it seems like they're working towards that goal. All right, so that's a very quick snapshot. Again, quick snapshot of what we want to see with this company and how they've been doing. And so far, it's pretty good, right? It's not the best, but it's pretty good, right? And you can just give them that much as a mid-cap company, right? And again, just a couple of months ago actually, this company was a small cap company. And again, why did that change? Well, because the share price has increased a lot, right? So again, I just want to give you guys a quick summary for anyone who's just joining us now. And again, welcome everyone. You guys missed out on a lot of information that I've given you guys about this company, but make sure you guys just watch the replay once this stream is done. But in the meantime, stay along with this stream and hit that like button down below as well. All right, so let's see here. I do want to go over, there's something that I read from an article about NVTS. Okay, I can't find that article, but I don't know why it's not on my history here. I did want to show you guys and read the article with you guys. With everyone here, but I don't think I can remember where it was. I don't know if it was on Bloomberg or Reuters. Okay, that's fine. Anyways, this company, again, it's a very nice, very potential, has a huge potential to become a very big pick and shovels next generation AI chips. And again, this company is creating specifically gallium nitride or GaN and silicon carbide or SiC chips, right? These are the materials that they're using to make these next gen chips that can cut energy losses by up to 35 to 40% compared to the usual silicon chips, right? And again, energy is the main bottleneck that we're facing now with the current AI infra build out. So if a chip can essentially lower the amount of power that's needed to build this overall AI infrastructure, well, companies will love to use NVTS chips. All right, so that is the entire thesis here. And yes, it is a very, you're gonna need a lot of conviction on that, but it can also be a very highly risky play because NVTS is still not profitable. But once they are able to, well, this is their goal and their plans that they've stated out publicly, but once they're able to ramp up the volume of production of their chips while also increasing the backlog of orders that companies will want to, order from this company, right? These next gen chips, I think there's a chance that NVTS could really get into that $30 share price or even higher. Okay, so again, this is a very untouched market here, a very selective market. I think NVTS is trying to get into, and just the overall fact that they're looking to tap into international and foreign markets as well, away from their headquarters, obviously, like in India, like I've stated earlier. Just shows me that this company is really looking to spread their next gen chips outward globally. Okay, now I also think that there's still a lot of retail investors too, not just institutional investors, but retail investors that have yet to see, NVTS as a future pick and shovels play. All right, so that could yet be another, almost a fundamental reason to be long on this company. Yes, that's more of a technical reason, obviously, but especially when I add in short float or the short interest percentage as well, right? Those numbers and those data. But overall, I think there could be a repricing moment for NVTS in the next couple of years. And even though right now, yes, we have indeed seen a pump here in the last couple of weeks, in the last 5 weeks, including this week. I think there will be a more fundamental reason for prices to continue to trudge up higher in the longer term and the longer run. Does that make sense? Okay. I think, oh, there we go. Okay, I see you guys' reactions there. Okay. All right, so now, okay, I think, again, for me personally, I think NVTS, as long as they can continue to have a good pipeline of orders, right, and they're able to keep up with those orders by, again, ramping up their production lines, right, that will ramp up their overall revenue stream as well too, right? So as long as this company is able to continue to push this this narrative that they are having right now, or that they have now currently with their next gen AI chips of providing efficiency to the AI hyperscalers, right? The AI infrastructure build out. I think this company has a real chance of becoming the next major pick and shovels company. Okay. All right. So with that in mind, okay, with all that in mind, all right, I've been trying to kind of carefully move my words here and there because again, this is not financial advice, right? This is just something that I think everyone should take a look at, right? And maybe add it to your long-term watch lists. Maybe even start a small position, who knows, right? A starter position or a little feeler. But if you're gonna do that, right, now this is a great segue into the technical analysis here that I'm about to give you guys. If you're gonna do that, right, just understand that we have moved, okay, about, let me show you guys this percentage gain so far, okay, from below $10 to the highs of this week, okay, this one has moved over 130%. Okay, so, you know, if you're trying to build a huge position now on NVTS, I don't think it's the right time, right? And timing truly matters, right? If someone tells you guys that timing does not matter, well, that usually means that they have a large amount of cash to deploy if they're looking to get a long-term position on a particular ticker, and that's the reason why they are able to dollar cost average for the longer term. But if you're not in that position, right now is not the best time to get an entry point for the longer term. All right, but if you still want to, okay, let me look into the technical analysis here for you guys that I've done for my readers over the weekend in the CFO Swinger Watch Report. And again, if you guys don't know what that is, make sure you guys check. Oh, we're back. We were gone for a bit, weren't we? Okay, so I think a lot was missed there, but as I was saying, I think we got cut out right at, I think I was just talking about the technical analysis. I was just starting there, but just to give you guys a quick summary here, NVTS. Interesting price action. Today it was affected by the overall semiconductor group, right? The overall relative weakness and overall momentum to the downside as selling came in early and continued into the end of the day. Some semiconductor leaders pivoted, but you know, tickers like NVTS, which is considered a laggard, it's not a leader in the semiconductor group. Yes, we had a nice run up, but this was a very late run up compared to the other semiconductor leaders, and also this is a mid-cap semiconductor, and it recently became a mid-cap as well. So you know, this one was a nice consolidation day today. I did see that, and it was also interesting to find that that it printed an inside day candlestick, and I kind of like the fact that it closed very close to my 19.50 resistance level that is a part of the range between 17.50 and 19.50. So ideally in the next couple of days, or at least into the end of this week, right, I would love to see the price staying above 19.50. But if that does not occur, I really would not mind if the price just came back down below 19.50 and used this 2-point range to consolidate. All right, and as long as this occurs, right, there's a high probability that we can see a breakout over 1950 once more. Does that make sense? Right? Now, that was the ideal scenario. But if you want to be looking at the more realistic scenario, okay, I do have to say, yes, this is not what most might not want to hear about this company in the short to midterm perspective, but things are a little bit overextended right now for this company. And just as a reminder, this thing has run up over 135% since the breakout out of this $10 whole number resistance level. Okay, and as a reminder, this company had a huge 6-month plus base, right? And the $10 level, this whole number level, was a huge caveat and a huge area for sellers to continue to hit that sell button to push the price lower. And ultimately, once these sellers were completely out of ammo, right, the buyers were able to essentially squeeze the price up higher underneath this $10 level, consolidate, and then have the official breakout occur, right? And so this is a huge breakout that has occurred, which resulted in currently an overall 135% plus run from $10 all the way up into the current highs that we printed, right, which was yesterday. So again, this is a very good CFO Swinger Watch Report's list ticker, right? Momentum mentions list. It has a lot of momentum still, but realistically, it is overextended, overbought, and this is still a mid-cap ticker. So I really wouldn't be surprised if it does not get the attention that it should deserve in the longer term, in the longer run. But if it doesn't receive that attention in the short to mid-term perspective, I mean, that's going to be a little bit obvious, right? That's completely fine with me as well. It's a bit more realistic than the ideal scenario that I've just shown you guys here with this price path arrow. But again, if it comes back down, hey, maybe that will be a better entry for anyone out there who has heard what I've stated about this company tonight and would like to get a small opening position or a small feeler into this company. And if it goes back below 17.50 guys per share, there is another solid level here at $15. So this support level could be that potential feeler entry point that you guys might want to start on this company for the longer term perspective, especially if you guys think what I've just talked to you guys about this company's next generation of AI chips comes to fruition, right? Especially the current management's plans to continue to ramp up volume of a backlog of orders and the production of these next generation chips. But right, the only thing about this company is that it's not profitable because the fact that right now we're really not seeing the demand and the need for these next generation chips, right? Not yet, not just yet, right? We still have a good amount of power, even if the future projections are now currently showing that energy will be a huge bottleneck, right? That is the bottleneck issue that most AI hyperscalers will face in the next couple of months or in the next couple of years. But hey, NVTS will be there to provide a solution for those energy bottlenecks, since they're next gen chips that uses gallium, gallium, why am I having a brain fart here? Gallium nitride, right? Gallium nitride and silicon carbide materials can cut energy losses again by 35 to 40% compared to the current silicon AI chips. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have a longer term perspective, and in the shorter term perspective, we have to mainly rely on the technical perspective, right? The technical analysis perspective, because again, this one has run up a lot, and you would not want to be caught getting an entry at these highs, and then maybe the share price decides to round trip right back down to this $10 whole number level. Okay, and that is still very much possible. Right? As fundamentals still have yet to align with the current share price increase. Does that make sense? Did that last sentence make sense to everyone? Hopefully it did. Okay, so again, hopefully you guys have understood what I've been trying to tell you guys about this company from beginning to the end of the stream so far. And we are nearing the end here. And I just want to really just give you guys a potential future, whether it be in the short to midterm future or maybe in the longer term future, depending on how this company executes their current plans and their overall guidance that they've given in the past few quarterly earnings reports. But I think this is definitely a very interesting company that could build larger and higher conviction for a longer term position. Again, I'm trying to use my words correctly here, right? This is not financial advice. Do your own research, right? But again, I just think with the information that was given tonight, there is enough evidence to at least ponder about what this company could be doing and how they could be performing as a quote-unquote pick and shovels AI semiconductor company in the next couple of years. Most importantly, in the next decade, in the 2030s. Okay? All right, so apologies if I was trying to if I was being very slow with my words in the beginning of the stream. But again, I just want to give you guys my own thoughts, my personal thoughts of what I've read about this company so far, which I think is very interesting. And if you guys want to know more about this company, just go on their homepage, right? So let me just drop it in the chat here. You guys can learn a lot about a company by just visiting their homepage. Okay. If it's gonna load, I'm trying to give you guys the okay, here it is. All right, so this is the company. I mean, look at that. Even in their homepage, they say that they have their next generation semiconductors, right? So again, I just love the fact that they're already expanding into new and foreign markets like the Indian market, which again is expected to grow exponentially in the next couple of years, in the next couple of decades actually, along with countries like in the African continent and in the South American continent as well. So I think once they get more exposure into foreign markets, they'll have a better understanding as to how they can expand and play the overall semiconductor game, the longer term semiconductor game of being a pick and shovels AI semiconductor chip in the future. Okay, and into the other foreign markets in other continents. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, so again, I take my $30 profit target on NVTS lightly. I personally just think that they could potentially reach $30. I mean, just take a look at what happened here in the last 5 weeks, guys. I mean, yes, NVTS had some good earnings, right? 2 quarters ago, okay, and in the most recent quarterly earnings report. But there really was no other reason for this name to pump up more than 135%. There was no fundamental reason yet. But the fact that it did just tells me that there's a lot of room for this company to grow. And there could be a longer term reason to expect this company to be at least over $20 per share and eventually hit $30 per share in the longer term future. Right, that's what I mean when I'm looking for a potential $30 profit target, or even higher. Right? I mean, who knows? Who knows, right? Okay, so I've given you guys the long-term bullish thesis on NVTS. I mean, it's not really bullish, but it's just the fact that they're positioning themselves for the future, right? With their next-gen chips, just tells me enough that this company is ready to strike when the demand for their next-gen chips expand and grow. Okay, but yeah, please check out the website that I put in the live chat room there. Again, you really can learn a lot about a company just looking at their homepage. Okay, so I mean, just take a look at this graphic here, guys. I mean, look at this. Look at that. Also, it looks like they are looking to get into robotics here too. Interesting. Interesting. So what I was saying earlier was pretty on point there, eh? I guess I completely forgot about the fact that there's this robot graphic here that they put on into their website. But yeah, look at this. Next generation clean energy power semiconductor supporting an efficient and sustainable future. Okay, and that's pretty important, right? Efficient and sustainable future. That's been the major pain point for the current build out of AI infrastructure and AI hyperscalers from overall society, right? As these data centers are really becoming a nuisance on water supplies, on energy usages, right, and overall utility companies, right? And it's putting a huge stress on just the U.S. energy grid, and obviously in Europe too, as they're doing their own AI build out as well. But again, it's looking pretty interesting here as to how this company will be positioning themselves to prepare for the near and long-term future. Okay, so that is their website. You guys can take a look at their products if you guys want, right? Applications. Okay. Oh, they even have solar as well too. Well. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that is it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if anyone is just joining us now, make sure you guys watch the beginning of the stream. And just as a warning, I am kind of slowly speaking in the beginning of the stream because I really want to be careful as to not give you guys any type of advice or any type of recommendations, right? Because again, I'm just giving you guys information here, right? And I want to just give you guys a fresh look at newer companies, newer semiconductor companies that haven't ran a lot compared to, peers, right? Or leaders in the semiconductor group. I mean, you guys should know, if you guys haven't been living under a rock, a lot of semiconductor leaders have moved a lot in just this year alone. And so I want to give you guys a fresh look at a potential new picks and shovels AI semiconductor company, and that is NVTS. All right, so again, this company is just fully focusing on providing that energy efficiency when it comes to the processing power of their next-gen chips, and obviously how much power that is needed to run their next-gen chips. Okay. All right. Well, that is it for tonight, guys. And before I forget, guys, the current street high, the highest profit target that Wall Street analysts have and all other hedge funds have is, I think, around like $22. So that, again, if you lay that out if you do lay it out with the current technical analysis that I've given you guys, that still confirms my my take on the overall technical perspective on the stock, that yes, we are overextended and there could be a realistic probability that we will go further back down, right? So again, we did hit over the current street high as well yesterday. So you could practically say now that NVTS has reached the street target, and most likely it will come right back down and continue to move lower, right? If you say that in your guys' own minds, I mean, I would have to agree with you. That's a very realistic take. Okay, and again, retail is swayed by street targets a lot, if you guys haven't noticed. Okay, so make sure you guys watch out for that. I believe the street high is around $21 to $22. I think that's the range. So yeah. All right, well, that's it for tonight, guys. I just want to give you guys that last statement there as food for thought. I will hopefully see you guys on Thursday. I am looking to switch my live stream schedule again because I'm making a lot more other videos. If you guys haven't noticed, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram or just aren't subscribed to the channel here, I don't know why you guys aren't. But I've been providing a lot of very good information through short form videos, right? Through shorts here on YouTube and through reels on Instagram. So if you guys want to take a look at those, there's a lot of information that I think you guys can learn from and actually apply to your even just daily lives, but most importantly to your daily trading journey. Okay. All right, so yeah, that is it for tonight, guys. I'll see you guys on Thursday at the same time at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your night, and thank you so much for watching and joining.